guys, what is going on, and welcome back to the channel. So last night the Camaro went to the track for the first time with the LSA blower. I gotta say, it did not disappoint. Driving out to the track is about an hour and a half drive without traffic. So I was kind of expecting the car to be coming back on a trailer. I mean, you saw what happened with the 10 bolt when I did that burnout. The thing just completely exploded. And now actually a 411's in the thing, but in the end it did survive 6 passes, about 4 or 5 burnouts. And I'm really happy with the time. So once I actually get the new rear in there, get the tires on, get my 373s back in, because the gearing was absolutely terrible. I mean, coming across the line, I was actually having to shift into 5th gear, being I do have the 411s in there now. So I'm definitely glad I got the new rear with 373s. But speaking of the new rear, go check out my Instagram page. Link is going to be in the description, because I have the new rear. I posted a picture of it, a video when it came in. So if you're dying to know what rear end is actually going in the car, definitely go check that out. All right, guys, so I'm rolling up to my first run with the 10 bolt, first run ever with the blower. Now I have the laptop going. I'm just going to data log. I want to see what my IATs get up to. I got the speed right here, being my speedometer doesn't work. I got the tach all dialed in and calibrated, so I know that's accurate. I think for the first run, usually the way I launch this before on street tires, I would kind of just slip it at 2,000 RPM. So I think what I'm going to do for the first run, just to get a feel for the track, I've never been here before. I always go to Raceway Park. I'm over at ACO today. The prep is supposed to be a lot better. So I'm just going to try to roll out of it, maybe around 2,000 RPM. And I'm just going to granny shift it, see how the traction is. And then the next run, I'll make adjustments from there. Tire pressure is at 32 PSI. I didn't take any air out of the tires. This is just kind of a test run. We're going to see what the mile per hour does, see how the traction is. Then I'll go back and take a look at what the IATs are at. I'm not going to even bother with a burnout. I'm just going to drive right through the box. I'll tell you one thing, this track looks sticky, so let's hope that 10 bolt hangs on. Actually do a little burnout. Please. Oh yeah. Okay, that felt a little better. Pulling up. Hopefully she doesn't ice skate. I just gave it everything. Thanks. Alright, second run ever with the blower. We did an 11.9 at 125. What was my 60 foot? With a 2.1 60 foot, I was able to pull off an 11.9. Wow, I'm speechless. I don't don't think I'm gonna be able to top this. Honestly, I think that might be my fastest run of the night. Oh, I'm going against, it looks like I'm racing a wide body Hellcat. Hold on, 10 volts. Hold on, one more minute. Just gonna roll out of it. Very low RPM. Foot's right at the grab point here. Still a 2.0 60 foot. How is it pulling this off? All right, so that was pretty exciting. I managed an 11.490 at 126 on street tires with the 10 bolt. I have all the slips laid out here, but yeah, that caught me completely by surprise. I couldn't believe I was able to pull off a time like that. I mean, when the car was NA before the blower, you know, same setup, street tires with the 10 bolts, and I had 411s in there before I went to the 373. I mean, with the 373s, I was doing 2.2, 2.3 60 foots, and I added an extra 200 horsepower with the blower, and I was actually able to improve the 60 foot. I mean, a lot of that I think has to do with the track prep, because before Raceway Park in Englishtown stopped doing drag racing, their track prep was just pretty terrible. I can never get a good 60 foot there. I can never get a good time. I think the fastest I ever went with the car when it was NA was like a 13.4 at 110. But now this is my first time at ACO, and I gotta say the prep is so much better than Raceway Park was. But first run of the night, all these I'm in the left lane. Right out of the gate, I just went ahead and pretty much gave it all it got, and it was just ice skating all over the place. That netted me a 13.0. Mile per hour wasn't working on that run. My reaction time is all right. 60 foot was a 2.1. Honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't worse. I guess I just had the power now to get out of the hole faster. That's why it wasn't worse than when it was NA. But then second run, I was able to manage an 11.9. Reaction time is a little bit better. Same thing, 60 foot. 60 foot was just like slightly better. I did a 2.158. Here I did a 2.156. And I netted in an 11.9. So just by kind of easing into it and not just giving it all it had right out of the gate, allowed it to stick a lot better. And I wasn't just slipping all through first and second gear like I did with this run. Then the run immediately after that, you saw, was the 11.490 at 126. Really wasn't thinking I was going to top this run. I mean, street tires, plus it's a manual, and the gears are so screwed up right now because I got to grab fifth right before the line, so that's definitely slowing me down. Plus, I didn't want to go and power shift the thing because there's traction is just really sketchy. So I definitely didn't want to power shift it without a good tire on the car. But this run, I brought my reaction time down even more. I did a 0.14. 60 foot was a little bit better. I did a 2.0 opposed to the 2.1. Run right after that, still in the 11s. It wasn't as good as this one. This is my best run of the night. Reaction time's a little slow. 60 foot was down again. After this run, I was pretty much done, so I aired my tires back up, but they were still letting people race, so I decided to go back on again. You can see the 60 foot here was like the worst of all. That was a 2.268, and that was at a 12.1. And then the final run, that was the slowest run of the night, and also the final run, and that was the 12.3. And there we go, first track day with the LSA blower. Still, I'm speechless. I can't believe it did the times it did. Once I get that rear in there and get some good tires, on paper, I don't see why it can't do mid to high 10s. I did end up putting it on the scale. It weighed in at around 3,500 pounds. I believe the exact number was like 3,560. So it really isn't that heavy. And with the power it has on a good drag tire with the S60 and the better gearing, so I don't actually have to go for fifth gear, easily, I don't see why I can't like pull at least like a 10.9 out of it. But once I get that rear in, we will be going back. Once that's in there, I could get a good set of tires. I'm not gonna have to worry about blowing the thing up. It's pretty much gonna be like bulletproof from what I hear. Next video is coming out. That is gonna be my next project. I just have to do a few things to it. So there's gonna be probably, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to break that up into like 2 videos. You know, the torque arm, all that stuff, getting the new rear in. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna fit. It's supposed to be bolt-in, but from what I heard, there can be a problem with the springs in the back with the ground control weight jacks not fitting actually into the spring perches. But it seems like that's the only thing I'm really gonna run into. The rear does actually have the lower control arm relocation brackets welded onto it. so I don't have to actually go and cut the ones off my old rear and, you know, transplant them. So that's going to save a little time. But definitely keep your eyes open for those videos because they are going to be coming out soon. But for now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Link is going to be in the description as always. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.